everyone. Thanks for being here. It is May 11th. Welcome to the Oakwood School District regular board meeting. This is a call to order. So, Ms. Bonner, can you call the roll?
Ms. DiLorenzo?
Here.
Ms. Kwai?
Here.
Mr. Ryder Garcia?
Here.
Mr. Wilson?
Here.
Dr. Middleton?
Here. Oh, okay, there. Okay, can you please join me? Stand for
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to adopt the agenda, please?
So moved. Second.
Ms. Bonner?
Ms. DiLorenzo?
Aye.
Ms. Kwai?
Aye.
Mr. Ryder Garcia?
Aye.
Mr. Wilson?
Aye.
Dr. Middleton?
And can I get a motion to approve the minutes from the last board meeting and last work session, please?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Connor?
Mr. Ryder Garcia?
Aye.
Ms. Kwai?
Aye.
Ms. DiLorenzo?
Aye.
Mr. Wilson?
Aye.
Dr. Middleton?
Aye. Okay, and that brings us to item 2, reports and public comments. I will turn it over to Dr. Gupta for superintendent report.
Yes, and I'm going to go ahead and stand over at the podium.
Okay, good evening, everybody. May is a busy time. We know that with all the different student events that occur, academics, performances. You're going to hear a little bit about some academic things that happen in a little bit. But everything that I think that we talk about all comes from our amazing staff. I mean, our kids are doing all the things that we see and watch, but we've got a lot of staff members that do a lot of things behind the scenes. And we've got some that have been here a long time, that have invested many, many years and done some amazing things for our students, our staff, and our community. And they've left an impression that they'll be here for a lifetime. I can say that I'm in my 3rd year now, and hearing the stories about not just some of our staff members, but specifically a lot of the ones that are going to be retiring at the end of this year. And you just wonder, like, what's going to happen to Oakwood later? And we know we've got amazing teachers that are coming in the ranks. At the same time, it is a special time for us to honor our staff members that are retiring. And so what's going to happen is I'll ask for our board members to stand up in front of the tables. So if they would do that right now. And then one at a time, I'll call your name. And the staff member would kind of exit on that side to shake hands with every board member and then come join me up here so I can kind of talk a little bit or brag a little bit about you. And then I'm going to be gifting you a clock that we have for you to take home with you. It's a timepiece to remember the time that you spent. So the first one is Kathy McCready. This is for you, Kathy. Do not drop it. I gave it to you. It's official. I gave it to you. So, Kathy, after 2 decades of inspiring young learners as a Lang School kindergarten teacher, we're proud to celebrate alongside with you the retirement. As a colleague, Jane Lynch, who's actually here in the audience, shared, Kathy's been an inspiring teacher, valued teammate, and a dear friend. Lang School will truly miss her. Erica Davis added that Kathy strengthened the school community in countless ways, teaching not just academics, but kindness and respect that students carry with them long after kindergarten. And then Principal Jennifer Keys reflected on the structured, joyful environment that you created, where even a sunny day meant dancing to Walking on Sunshine and building a true classroom community. Your legacy is one of heart, high expectations, and meaningful connections. You'll be deeply missed, we know, by our students, staff, and our families. We wish you the best of luck. Next, we have Elaine Fultz. This is what was said about Elaine. She joined the Smith Elementary staff in 2019 as a library media specialist and quickly became a champion for literacy, helping every child discover the joy of reading. As Amber Parrott, our school counselor, shared, Elaine has a special gift for connecting readers with the perfect book, inspiring both reluctant and passionate readers alike. Her principal, Cassie Schock, noted her infectious love of literature and her dedication to supporting both students and staff. Amy Mullins, the art teacher, added that Elaine made every student feel seen and capable. Finally, Emmy King reflected on Elaine's genuine care, humor, and unwavering support for both students and colleagues. Elaine, your impact with Smith students, staff, and a culture of reading will be felt for years to come. You will be truly missed. We wish you the best of luck in retirement. Congratulations. Next is Karen Stevens.
Sorry, I got caught up looking at her nails.
We celebrate Karen for her as she begins her retirement with Oakwood Schools. She has been with Oakwood since 2021 as an occupational therapist and has played an essential role in helping students develop the skills they need to succeed both in and beyond the classroom. Her expertise was widely respected, and colleagues often turned to her for insight and guidance when supporting students. She approached her work with compassion, professionalism, and a collaborative spirit, building strong connections with students and staff alike. Karen, your steady presence and commitment to student growth has left a lasting mark on our schools, and we wish you the best of luck in retirement. And Patty Raymond. Take your time. You're okay. All right. Since joining Harmon in 2006, Patty has been a dedicated and hardworking educator who consistently goes beyond for her students and colleagues. She created a classroom filled with high expectations and joy, often bringing learning to life in fun, memorable ways. Colleagues shared that Patty was not only an exceptional teacher, but also a supportive mentor and friends who brought humor, encouragement, and wisdom to those around her. Her care for students extended beyond the classroom through efforts like the Crochet Club and supporting the Harmon PTO, always giving her time and talents to strengthen the school community. Patty's impact will be felt for years to come, and she'll be also greatly missed. We wish you the best of luck. And then next is Brian Ellis.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Brian Ellis began his career with Oakwood Schools in 1994 as an intervention specialist, serving both the high school and the junior high with dedication for decades. Throughout his career, he has been known for his patience, kindness, and unwavering commitment to the students. Colleagues shared that Brian consistently made a meaningful difference in the lives of students and created positive, welcoming learning environments. He also is a supportive teammate who helps new staff feel at home and brings positivity and humor into daily school life, making learning more engaging for both students and staff. Brian, your impact on Oakwood Schools is lasting and you'll be greatly missed. We wish you a joyful retirement. And last but not least, Joan Fisk. Join us in celebrating the retirement of Joan Fisk. She began her time with Oakwood Schools in 2012 as a paraprofessional and later served as the Smith Elementary Administrative Assistant, where she's become a cornerstone of the school community. Colleagues shared that Joan's kindness, patience, and dedication to students and families were evident in everything she did. She was known for going above and beyond to support others, often working behind the scenes to keep the school running smoothly while ensuring that every student felt seen and valued. Her warmth, sense of humor, and thoughtful touches, big and small, leave a lasting impression on those around her. Joan, your presence at Smith will be greatly missed, and your impact will be remembered for years to come. Congratulations. So we always joke that people may think that I get a cut of Grader's ice cream from working there, but I'm going to let those that we just awarded recognition and their families and friends. You can stay if you want to stay at the board meeting, or I'll give you the option to leave and celebrate into the evening if you would like. I won't be offended. I'll go ahead and transition you. You can do that. It's okay. You can stay if you'd like to. Yes, board members can take a seat for now. We'll have you back up in a little bit. We'll give you a little break. Next, I'd like to invite up Stephanie Smith. She is going to come up to the podium in a little bit. We will be later on in the board agenda. I'll be recommending her to be the administrative assistant at Lang Elementary School. She has hit the ground running, just really diving into a lot of things that are happening over there, and just appreciative of the hard work that she's put into play. She's got family here with kids and lots of things going on, and so we thought we'd move her up in the agenda just to say a few words just about her time so far at Lang. If you want to come up and just say a little bit.
Hi. I'm just very excited and honored to actually finally be like an official member of the school community. This is one of my goals I've had for a while. I've been a sub for the last 5 years. It's been a little bit of a whirlwind since I started here recently, just trying to learn as fast as I can. But I love the team at Lang and the principal at Lang, and it's been very supportive as I'm just trying to learn and keep everything afloat. So thank you so much.
I guess tonight, if you don't want to go to Graders, there is some treats back there, but I'll also give you the gift to head out into the evening if you'd like, or you can stay if you'd like also. At this time, I'd like to invite up the, advisor coach to our Quiz Bowl, Ian Callan, who will be sharing some information and handing out some certificates for our students who did a wonderful job. I'm not going to steal any thunder, but board members, in your workout, I'm going to have you come back up to the front of the tables as you congratulate the kids. Students, if you'll actually head over to kind of the lockers over there, go ahead, all of you go up, and then you can decide if you want to bring them one at a time, call up their names to come up and get that.
Thanks, Dr. Gupta. Hi everyone, my name is Ian Callan, and I am a high school math teacher at Oakwood, and I also have coached Quiz Bowl for about the last 4 years at the high school level. Tonight we are recognizing the high school varsity Quiz Bowl team, which qualified for the state tournaments this year. Last year was the first time that Quiz Bowl qualified for the state tournament in over 20 years. It is difficult to qualify for state because you have to finish in the top 2 of the region or get a wild card spot. And so we had a lot of near misses. Last year we finished 3rd and we got that wild card spot. So it was very exciting. We had a lot of our team back this year, despite having the second place and 3rd place team in the state in our region. We finished 2nd, upsetting Little Miami in a very exciting 1-point victory that we hosted here at Oakwood a few weeks ago, which qualified us for the state tournament. We entered the Division II state tournaments, and We finished in second place, narrowly losing to Indian Hill despite beating them earlier in the day and earlier this season. But tremendously proud of the whole team. They've worked really hard. If you're not familiar with Quiz Bowl, it's essentially like 4 versus 4 Jeopardy. You have questions on different categories like literature and science and math and fine arts. And there are different rounds in there, but our team has battled hard all year and wanted to recognize their contributions tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and call some people down and have them shake the board members' hands, and we'll give them this nice little certificates up here. So the first name I'd like to call is one of my senior captains and longtime varsity player, Matthew Drummond. He's not going to be here, which is sad because for the last few years he's been our team's top player and has spent a lot of time getting better at Quiz Bowl. So we'll have to do that another time. I'd like to recognize our other senior captain, Ty Fisher. Congratulations. Next, I'd like to recognize Anna Weaver. Do not see Harry Jang out there, but he's been a valuable member of our varsity team as well. So let's give him a round of applause. Next up is Amelia Butler. Amelia also survived the AP Calculus exam today, so well done. Next up, we have Alec Chodkowski. Next up, we have Evan Simpson. Congratulations. And then finally, we have Amine Velasquez. Just a few final words. Many of these students I've worked with for 4 or 5 years, even at the junior high level of Quiz Bowl. We have 5 graduating seniors. It's been an honor and privilege to coach them and to just interact with them. And I know they've had a lot of fun being around each other and just doing some trivia. And it's been a great time. So we're going to miss all our seniors, and we wish you all the best. So great job, everybody. Everybody. Susan.
Anything, you've probably got exams to be studying for and other things, so if you'd like to get to the next study session, feel free to do that. And Ian, I'd be remiss if I didn't give you a shout out. Again, I've got a chance to see about 2 or 3 different meets and spend state championship with him. And he's a class act as far as how his demeanor is with his approach for the kids, both academically, but also sometimes you're like your shrink and you have to know what triggers to calm them down and keep them focused and not stressed and that sort of thing. And he has a right temperament for it. And I just appreciate his hard work. So thank you, Ian.
Thank you.
Mr. Callan, your kids, there is some treats over here. For free. Yes, feel free. I'm calling it audible, I did not see, we have another staff member who'll be, I'll be recommending a little bit, that is in the audience, and I'd like to welcome her to the podium in a little bit, just to say a few words. I know I'm catching you off guard, but Andrea Dickerson-Klein is here. She is with your approval, be our educational aide at Smith Elementary School. Just a phenomenal person. I heard great things about in the interview process and have known her for a little while, and just appreciate her heart and appreciate the work that she's going to be doing. Andrew, I'm going to ask you to just go to the podium. I know we didn't practice this. Just to share anything you want to share, and just for a little bit. I know you haven't started yet, but we just want to give that opportunity for you.
Put this down because I'm short.
Sure.
I'm Annie Klein. I've been subbing at Smith. Both my girls went through Smith. I'm really excited to join the staff. I was a classroom teacher 25 years ago. So this was my chance to kind of dip my toe back in the water, and I'm really excited to be with the Smith staff. So thank you.
Perfect. That was awesome. Thank you.
Can I go to Creators?
Yes. And get a treat. Get a treat. I don't know where that's going. Back to the office for something. So feel free. At this time, we have a great partnership Oakwood Schools does with the Oakwood Inclusion Coalition. And so as part of what we do each year, there's an annual report that's given. And so Kate Formansky is here and is going to come to the podium and just share an annual report update with all of us.
Thank you. Boy, I'm glad you sent all those people away. I was so why are all these people here? But anyway, yeah, thanks so much. I'm Kate Formansky. I'm the chair of the Oakwood Inclusion Coalition. We are just really grateful for our partnership with Oakwood Schools. We try to do a lot of educational events throughout the year, but I mostly want to focus on ways that we engage with the schools and the school community for right now. So I wanted to talk first, one of our events that we planned and put together last year was a discussion panel with local people and families who use service dogs. And we had a couple of adults that we knew who used service dogs. We wanted to bring them in and just, give the community a chance to answer questions and to give them a chance to share, maybe some insights that people hadn't thought of. But we also really wanted to get the family's perspective, meaning like the families of kids who use service dogs. Because we've heard anecdotally that when a child is allowed to bring a service dog with them, it's not just good for the child, it's good for the parents too, and for their siblings also, because when you go out in public, you can stay longer, you can feel more relaxed when you're out there, so it really has benefits across the whole family. We didn't know any kids who used service dogs, so I asked Mrs. Fiore and Mrs. Samatsky if they had any recommendations, and they were able to reach out to some families, give them my contact information, let them contact me if they wanted to do it, and we actually got a couple of families to participate in it that way, so we're really grateful for their help on that. Let's see, one of the coolest things that I thought we did this year, we don't actually get too many chances to interact with kids outside of like big public events like that day in May and the Pride picnic and stuff, but we actually got to do one activity at the schools, which was Harmon School Curriculum Night. Lauren Qualls invited us to come to that, invited a whole bunch of community organizations to come and give out brochures and do, talk about their organizations and what they can offer to the community. So we thought, well, like the kids don't want our brochures, right? But so we thought, let's do a community art project, and I brought the results for you guys to see. We just wrote at the top, what does welcome mean to you? And then the kids did all the rest of this. So you can see they've got a couple times on here, we've got the 3 R's, so that's really sinking in. They're remembering it even when they've gone home from school for the evening. And we have just some really great ideas from a kid's perspective, like be nice to others on the playground, say hello to people you do not know and make them smile, celebrating others for who they are, ask people to play with you, say, this is a little kid saying, hello, what is your name? I really enjoyed getting to do that and really appreciate the invitation to come and be part of Curriculum Night for the first time. So I hope that continues. Let's see, what else? Our next big upcoming event is called The Longest Table. It's a free community potluck dinner at a very long outdoor table. We're gonna shut down the street like a giant block party. It's basically a block party for the whole city, right? And the idea is we'll have some like icebreaker questions printed out. You just get to know people that maybe you've seen driving by or that live right down the street from you, but you've never had a chance to talk to them, and kind of help people connect across generation gaps, across different phases of life, or kids versus no kids, or stay-at-home parents versus working full-time. Connect with people that maybe you just wouldn't run into otherwise. And the cool thing about that is it's going to be right out here outside the high school, between the school and the stadium, on Thursday, June 4th, starting at 5:30. So we're going to set up tables and chairs, and Dr. Gupta has graciously given us permission to open up the Matt Cummins Stadium bathrooms, which would be really helpful, I think, for people to be able to stay longer, feel more comfortable. We're gonna have some toys out there for kids so they can kind of play on the floor and then go wash their hands before they eat. You know how it is. As another part of that, we have been able to recruit some volunteers from the National Honor Society through Mrs. Ostick. So some of the high school kids are going to be helping us out with that too. So yeah, we're just we're really grateful for the connection that we have with the schools, and for the relationship that helps us to serve the community better. So thank you very much.
Yes, thanks for sharing. We appreciate it. Next, I'd like to share that last month, for some reason, a representative from the Ohio Department of Education and Workforce provided us with a banner. I'll share it with you real quick, or show it to you. And this is for us receiving the 5-star award on the state report card. It's not breaking news because we received the announcement in the fall, and for some reason we just got the banner today, or last month. But I thought I would just kind of share that with you as just kind of another accolade to the hard work of our students and our staff. All right. And next, I'd like to share a master facility plan update with you. I'd like to ask our business manager, Frank Eaton, to the podium just to share some introductions on some recent partnerships that we've acquired.
All right, thank you. So as you guys know, we are in the midst of moving forward with our master facility project at both Harmon and Smith. Part of that, the last couple months, we've been working on procurement of our team. So we have some members of our construction and design team here, and they're going to pop up and kind of introduce themselves a little bit to you. So first, I'm going to have Mark Richley with Richley Architects.
Thank you, Frank. I'm Mark Richley, and you probably know my brother, Mike Richley, better. He lives in Oakwood for 25 years. 3 of his children graduated from here, and he's not here today because his oldest son, John, just graduated from Westmont in California. So anyway, I just want to say on behalf of Mike and myself, Richley Architects is super excited to be here. We're not a stranger to Oakwood. We were hired in 2002, so we go way back as well. At that time, it was Dr. Judy Hennessy. We did a master plan, and then in 2004, completed the additions to Smith and Harmon. Did 2 other master plans, and then the most recent addition is the space we're sitting in. We did the Performing Arts Center, which was completed in 2024. So on behalf of Richley Architects, we're really excited and look forward to designing these buildings and renovations with you. So thank you.
All right, and as Mark stated, we have a long-standing relationship with Richley Architects, and we're excited to have them on the team. And then on the opposite end of the spectrum, our first opportunity to work with Russilli Construction. We're very excited about that. They have a great name, a great brand, a great reputation. We've talked to a lot of other school districts that have worked with them and have heard nothing but positive. So excited for that. Mark and his team is in charge of the design, and then Russilli Construction will be taking charge of the actual implementation, and then they both work closely throughout that entire process. So to introduce them, Tony Rosilli with Rosilli Construction.
Well, good evening. Can't tell you how excited our team and the Rosilli organization is to be a partner in your program, but really truly an extension of your staff in the district, right? Because we're going to work together with Mike and Mark and their teams to make sure that we deliver on the promise that you made to the community. With us here today, might as well introduce Mike Mancini. He's our Vice President of Pre-Construction, so he will be the estimating side of what we do, and that's all he does is K through 12 construction. Matt McManus is our project executive, and so he will oversee the operations side, which is the construction team that will come in. So they'll be working side by side from design all the way through construction. And then the other guy, Kyle Sellers, he's our vice president of push button for presentations. But business development. But with that, just a little bit of history on Rosilli. We were founded in 1945 by my great-grandfather and grandfather, so we're celebrating 81 years this year. I'm proud to be fourth generation in the company. And we've probably in the last 2 decades have built over $2 billion worth of schools. So it's a huge market that we are involved in. And so we're excited to bring that expertise to your program and looking forward to it and very excited about it. So thank you.
Okay.
Give it graders?
You can get graders, streets over here. I want to share just as we look towards the future of our district and provide an update to the significant milestone. Really, it did take a lot of work even to get to this point right here, but we feel like we've got the right partners in the room for this. When we first began discussing the needs for Herman and Smith Elementary Schools based on our community-driven, multi-phase process, our focus was primarily, we thought, on a targeted renovation, essential updates aimed at maintaining our buildings. However, the landscape of this project shifted in a very exciting way, thanks to co-funded dollars from the Ohio Facilities Construction Commission. And since we're now moving forward with complete comprehensive renovations at both of these schools, the project has become a massive undertaking that requires us to be more thoughtful and creative than ever before. So as a district team, we constantly weigh the long-term benefits of these modern facilities against the immediate needs of our students. Our priority is and will always be the safety of our children and the preservation of a high-quality learning environment. And because we know that we're looking at total building transformations rather than just targeted repairs, we need to determine a design path that best supports student learning and safety during the construction. So we're currently exploring an option for 3 large modulars to serve an entire elementary school as swing space on the city-owned green space between Smith Elementary and Wright Memorial Library. This would allow construction to occur in an entirely unoccupied building for approximately 1 school year at each school. Utilizing these modulars will reduce the overall construction duration at each school and approximately 14 months of continuous construction versus 14 months of phased occupied renovation. From a safety and efficiency standpoint, this is highly appealing. It would eliminate construction noise during the school day, ensure that utility transitions don't disrupt learning, and allow for the most seamless management of tasks like asbestos abatement. In addition, the faculty, staff, and students would not have to shift throughout the existing building as phased construction commences. Of course, a move of this scale introduces its own sets of questions and concerns. We're already looking closely at things like lunch services, how would they work, what would the impact be on local traffic, what does parking look like at Smith, how do we manage shared spaces like the gym, library, and art rooms, and we know that we have to be very thoughtful and mindful about permanent students and how they would get to and from school. We realize that there will be a cost to renting these modulars during renovations, but by eliminating phased construction, we could reduce contractor mobilizations and introduce cost and scheduling efficiencies. The efficiencies gained using modulars could result in more competitive subcontractor proposals. In a community like Oakwood, where our footprint is compact and space is at a premium, we recognize that there's no perfect solution. Our goal is to measure every possible path against the safety of our students, the integrity of our learning environment, and the responsibility of our budget. We've had preliminary conversations with key staff from the city of Oakwood and Wright Memorial Library. Also had a meeting earlier today to discuss the potential of utilizing that space for a temporary school. We're also working hand in hand with the architects, engineers, and our construction manager at risk to vet this possibility, as well as learning how other school districts have conducted similar renovation work. Again, I want to make sure I say this, there's been no decisions that have been done at this time, but we are looking at the possibility. We believe it's important to share our initial thinking now so that our staff and community can be part of the journey from the start. We will be sharing some more information the next couple days, and also making sure that we put a survey out to our community to gather questions and feedback, things that will help us, informing a decision and a path forward. We recognize the need for that to happen, and we want to make sure that we do that in the right way. My final piece that I want to share as I close out is about property tax reform. We recognize that property tax burden, if people are kind of hearing that out there in not just the community but across the state, is a burden of significant growing concern for many homeowners in Ohio. As we shift a changing fiscal landscape, I want to address a statewide proposal to add Section 14 to Article 7 of the Ohio Construction, which would entirely abolish taxes on real property. Because property taxes are the single largest source of funding for many Ohio public schools, this initiative represents the most radical potential change in school finance in half a century. To ensure residents have the clearest possible picture of our local reality, I am working in close solidarity with Katie Smitty, the Oakwood City Manager, and Christy Hale, our Director of Wright Memorial Library, to provide factual information on how this proposal would impact the essential services that we rely on daily. The financial reality to Oakwood schools is stark. We estimate that eliminating property taxes would result in an annual operating loss of $26.4 million, which constitutes about 76% of our total revenue. Statewide property taxes generate approximately $24 billion annually for local governments. For nearly half of Ohio's school districts, these taxes are the single largest source of revenue. And while property taxes have remained at a stable local source for decades, this proposal offers no transition or replacement plan, creating a clarity gap that makes long-term planning for our students nearly impossible. So I think we need to make sure that we are listening and not kind of laughing off that there isn't a real struggle when it comes to property taxes. We have to admit that that's a real thing, a burden for people. But what we've come to understand as we continue to kind of work with our associations at the state level is without a viable option of what do you do if that is eliminated, there hasn't been any proposal that goes along with that. And so just by saying that there's a burden and let's eliminate it without a viable plan isn't probably the thing we should be going for. So while no decisions have been made regarding the specific cuts that we would make in a proposal, if this proposal becomes law in the future, we must be candid about the potential scope of impact. We're talking about a loss of 76% of our revenue would fundamentally alter our educational experience. We would likely face significant reduction in staffing, leading to increased class sizes and the loss of specialized academic programs. High-value discretionary programs like music, arts, extracurricular activities, and athletics would also be vulnerable. And we'd lose stable funding required for bricks and mortar needs, such as roof repairs, HVAC maintenance, and critical safety upgrades, leading to more deteriorating and higher costs, long-term costs. Again, let me be clear, no decisions have been made that we'd have to potentially adjust to avoid the cuts that would take place. We must also grapple the replacement reality. To prevent the collapse of local services, the state would have to pursue massive hikes in other taxes. So according to the Ohio Office of Budget Management, replacing that $24 billion would require state income tax rates to increase from 11 to 15%, effectively quadrupling the current rate, or state sales tax rates to soar to 15 to 18%, which would be the highest in the nation. Unlike property taxes, income and sales taxes are highly volatile, and they often crash during economic downturns, precisely when community and students' needs are at their highest. Ultimately, there's no conversation about local control. This is a conversation about local control in the future of our community. For decades, the strategy of Ohio schools have been to reach the 20 mil floor to ensure a baseline of local support. Abolishing the system would shift significant decisions away from Oakwood voters and hand that authority to state legislators in Columbus. Our goal is not to persuade, but to provide clarity. Eliminating property taxes without a viable, stable replacement plan is a school funding crisis disguised as tax relief. We'll continue to share some neutral information that's verifiable so that our families can understand how that policy shift could impact our quality of education. Again, I'm working with the city and the library, and we're looking at putting out joint information also about what that looks like, because again, it would also impact our city and the libraries in addition to the schools. And that concludes my superintendent report.
Thank you, Dr. Gupta. Moving on to item 3, board reports. Do we have any board reports? Item 4, budget and finance. Ms. Connor, I will turn it over to you.
What you have in front of you is just the monthly financial report for the month of April, and everything is looking good.
Okay, great. Item 5, is there any unfinished business by the board? No? Okay. Any new business by the board? No, okay. And we will move on to item 7, administrative reports and superintendent recommendations.
Yes, thank you. Number 7, letter A is just informational. There's a field trip. Our junior high students are heading to my hometown for Power of the Pen. It's the state tournament on May 17th to 18th. I looked at all the information, everything's in order, and I wish them the best of luck. Letter B is our 2025-26 online day learning plan. My recommendation is to approve the online day learning plan for the 25-26 school year.
Great. Can I get a motion to approve item 7B, please?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Connor?
Ms. DiLorenzo? Oops. Ms. DiLorenzo?
Aye.
Mr. Wilson?
Aye.
Ms. Kawhi?
Aye.
Mr. Ryder Garcia?
Aye.
Dr. Middleton?
Aye.
Number 7, letter C, is our Career Technical Education Compact revised. I brought this last month to you. I'm bringing it in with a slight revision. So my recommendation is to approve the revised Career and Technical Education Compact for Centerville, Kettering, and the Oakwood School District from July 1st, 2026 to June 30th, 2031.
Can I get a motion to approve item 7C, please?
So moved. Second.
Ms. Connor?
Mr. Wilson?
Aye.
Mr. Ryder Garcia?
Aye.
Ms. DiLorenzo?
Aye.
Ms. Kawhi?
Aye.
Dr. Middleton?
Aye.
Number 7, letter D, is our adoption of our fall volume 44, number 2, 2026 board policy update as presented at our last April 6th, 2026 board meeting.
Can I get a motion to approve 7D, please?
So moved. Second.
Ms. Connor?
Ms. Kawhi?
Aye.
Ms. DiLorenzo?
Aye.
Mr. Ryder Garcia?
Aye.
Mr. Wilson?
Aye.
Dr. Middleton?
Aye.
Number 7, letter E, is our science resource adoption. I'm recommending the approval of grades 4 through 12 science resources for the 26-27 school year. And you've got a document with a brief description of the materials in the attachment.
Can I get a motion to approve item 7E, please?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Connor?
Mr. Ryder Garcia?
Aye.
Ms. DiLorenzo?
Aye.
Ms. Kawhi?
Aye.
Mr. Wilson?
Aye.
Dr. Middleton?
Aye. And moving on is item 8, personnel items, resignation and non-renewals.
Yes, we'll take number 9, letters A and B under one motion. Letter A is the resignation of Emily King, and letter B is the resignation of Emily Nave.
Can I get a motion to approve items number 8, letters A and B, please?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Connor?
Ms. DiLorenzo?
Aye.
Mr. Wilson?
Aye.
Ms. Kawhi?
Aye.
Mr. Ryder Garcia?
Aye.
Dr. Middleton?
Aye. And up next is item 9, personnel items, recommendations.
Yes, I'll take number 9, letters A through U under one motion. I'll just read the subject lines. Number 9, letter A, employee Eros Spires. Letter B, the employment of Heather Little. Letter C, the transition days for Heather Little. Letter D is the employment of Christopher Grant. Letter E is to employ Stephanie Smith. Letter F is the employment of Lisa Chessman. Letter G is the employment of Emily Cook. Letter H is the employment of Rhonda Dow. Letter I is the employment of Tracy Henry. Letter J is the employment of Andrea Dickerson Klein. Letter K is the employment of Jay Lane. Letter L, employing seasonal workers. Letter M is the hiring of summer intervention program employees. Letter N is the renew of 2026-27 certified contracts. Letter O is the renewal of 2026-27 classified contracts. Letter P is amending the supplementals 2025-26. Letter Q is the supplemental contracts and volunteers for 25-26. Letter R is flexible contracts for 25-26. Letter S is the supplemental contracts and volunteers for 2026-27.
double date. Letter T is the flexible contracts for 2026-27, and letter U are substitutes.
Great. Can I get a motion to approve item 9, letters A through U?
Second.
Ms. Connor?
Ms. Bly?
Aye.
Mr. Ryder Garcia?
Aye.
Ms. DiLorenzo?
Aye.
Mr. Wilson?
Aye.
Dr. Middleton?
Aye. And that brings us to item 10. We will enter into executive session for the specific purposes of considering appointment, employment, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee or official. No action will be taken. Can I get a motion?
So moved. Second.
Ms. Connor?
Ms. DiLorenzo?
Aye.
Ms. Kawhi?
Aye.
Mr. Ryder Garcia?
Aye.
Mr. Wilson?
Aye.
Dr. Middleton?
Aye. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Have a great night.
What's that?